everyone, welcome back. Before getting into today's video, I've given my website link in description. Click the link, leave your email and get a free guide dropping at your inbox. And all the updates related to my website will be posted on my Instagram account. So make sure you follow my Instagram. So today I'm going to share 3 mindful habits for a more peaceful life. The third one is something different and super cool. So stick till the end. Now, let me ask you a question. Last month on 13th, what did you have for dinner? You don't remember? That's okay. But you do remember a fight that you had with your colleague or friends months ago. You do remember how your first relationship ended. Why? Because our mind remembers events based on the intensity of the emotions or feelings related to it. Especially, we remember negative events in a more detailed way than positive events. Because we put all of our attention and energy into it when something bad happens. While there's nothing wrong in giving so much attention to a bad event, it is equally important to give the same attention to a good event. And that's what we call savoring the moment, which is going to be our first mindful habit. Why should we savor? Because you'll realize that your life is not just filled with bad moments, but also with a lot of good and beautiful moments. So how to savor the moment? Whenever you feel good, like watching the clouds, watching the sunset, getting a promotion, spending time with your loved ones, whatever it is, take a moment to realize how beautiful your life is, how happy you're feeling. Focus on details, focus on everything that is happening around you. If you feel you're very bad at remembering details, simply click a picture or a video. Feel the moment completely and take in all the good emotions. If watching my video makes you feel good, breathe in all the positive vibrations and let all the stress out. And hit the subscribe button. So, realize that your life is not just filled with bad moments, but also with a lot of beautiful and good moments that are worth savoring. So next time when you're clicking pictures to savor the moment and someone tells you that you're not in the moment, don't be rude on them. Show them this video. With that, we are jumping to our next mindful habit. Have you ever felt like your life is filled with bad moments? Like you're at the center of the world and all the bad things that could possibly happen to a person is happening to you. I have felt that way. And I'm pretty sure you would have felt that way too. But is it really true? If we make a list of all the good things and bad things that happened to us so far, we can see that our life is not that bad. But we usually focus on negative things. That's our nature, that's completely normal. But it is also important to focus on all the good things that happen to us. It's important to acknowledge those good things, right? Because that's how we will know that our life is not as bad as we think it is. So to keep track of all these good things and to remember them, we have our second mindful habit, reflection. So what's reflection? How to do it? Very simple. Every day, take your journal, write all the good things that happened to you and all the bad things that happened to you. Every moment you felt good, every moment you savored, write it on the good side. And every time you felt bad, you felt sad or disgust, envy, jealousy, whatever it is, every bad feeling, write it on the bad side. By doing this, you'll know that your life is not just filled with bad thoughts. It's not like your life is filled with negative events. You will acknowledge all the good things that has happened to you and will realize that our life is not filled with bad moments. It is also filled with a lot of good and happy moments. Every time you feel victimized, helpless or hopeless, take a look at your reflection journal. It gives you the strength and courage to hang in there by letting you know that your life was not always filled with bad moments. Your life was so good. So with that, we are at our last mindful habit, which I like to call freeze. Freeze demands high consciousness from us. We can only perform freeze when we are completely aware and in the moment. But that doesn't mean freeze is really difficult. Freeze is the simplest method, but it requires some practice for us to improve. So what's freeze? Every time a bad thought appears in your mind, you say freeze. You freeze that thought for a moment. We don't really know our minds, right? It's out of control. It gives you random thoughts. So every time you realize you are into a bad thought, you freeze. You say freeze and you freeze that for a moment. Once you freeze, ask yourself, why did that thought come up in the first place? What triggered that thought? Process the thought, think it over, sort it out, and move on. I know it's not that easy. It's not easy to process a thought. But if you don't do this, you're going to dwell on the thought over and over and you're getting nowhere. So once you get a bad thought, freeze, think about it for a moment, sort it out, and move on. And this doesn't guarantee that you're not going to get the thought again. It's going to come up. But perform this over and over. Repeat this. And over time, slowly, the thought, the intensity, the emotion that the thought gives you, the unpleasant feeling that the thought gives you will slowly fade away. And yes, it's a slow, consistent, and mindful process. It's going to take time, but it's worth it. It gives you peace, so it's worth giving it a try. And those were the 3 mindful habits: savor, reflect, freeze. I hope it was helpful. Leave your feedback in the comments. See you guys soon.